Hey guys, today I'm going to discuss that what is the difference between confiscation and attachment of a property. Okay. So there always remain a confusion between regarding the both these terms, like what is the difference between the confiscation and attachment of a property, because they are the similar terms and confuses a lot, and no clear explanation is given anywhere. Okay. I have searched on Google as well and on YouTube as well, so don't find I don't came to know any particular thing that clarifies that what is the difference. So I'll discuss with you regarding that. So basically, let's understand with an example. So attachment is a simpler term and confiscation is a more complex and painful term or process for a particular person. Okay. So what happens in case of attachment is like, mainly both these terms are used generally in case of frauds. Okay. So suppose a person X has conducted a fraud. Okay. And by fraud he received 2 crore rupees and invested those 2 crore rupees into a building or flat. Okay. So when it came to know, in the knowledge of the department, okay, taxation department or the government, so what they will do is they will attach the property of such person. Okay. So what does the attachment means like possession will be left with that person only, but right of that property will be transferred to that government or the authority, so that that particular person who has conducted fraud should not be able to transfer such property to another person. So that means the attachment. Now now comes if the such fraud has been proved in the court. Okay. And if the government or department wants to take an legal action against such person, so what they will do is confiscate that property. What does the confiscate means? That the possession will also be taken over from that particular person. The complete property will be under the supervision of the government or such department. So that is the basic difference between confiscation and attachment of a property. So let's discuss with the definitions and example. So what is the confiscation of property means? It is the taking away of property of another, usually by the state. State means the department, in relation to the acquisition of land and the like for state projects. Okay. Mainly in case of state projects, they confiscate the property, they take the possession of the property from the farmers or the landowners. Okay. Most systems have procedure allowing for appeal and always with the compensation. Obviously, they will get the compensation from whom we are confiscating the properties. So both are the separate case. This case applies to the in case of building the highways, okay, and the bridges and the metro cities like metro. Okay. So in this case, they are forcing the farmers, okay, to confiscate the property from them, and the other case was of fraud. Okay. So both are the different cases. Okay. So what is doing in this case is most system procedure allowing for appeal. Farmers or the person who has been affected can appeal and always get the compensation. Custom and excise authorities can confiscate certain goods where the property duty has not been paid. Okay, so this is the another example of that, where custom and excise authorities can also confiscate certain goods on which proper duty the person or vendor has not paid. Now let's discuss what is the attachment of property. So attachment is a legal process by which a court of law, at the request of the creditor, designates specific property owned by a debtor to be transferred to the creditor or sold for the benefit of the creditor. Okay. So they are trying to attach the property of the debtor so that the debtor should not transfer such property to any other person and the rights of the creditor are secured. Then, a wide variety of legal mechanisms are employed by debtors to prevent the attachment of their assets. For example, declaration for bankruptcy. Now, what the debtor do when he came to know that his property can get be attached? So what they do is they file for the bankruptcy. It will severely limit the ability of the creditor. So what will happen if they file for the bankruptcy? That means they don't have sufficient assets, and so this will limit the ability of the creditors to attach the property, because there can be suppose 5 creditors but one property. So this will limit that for whom the property should be attached, for whom out of the such 5 creditors, for whom particular person the property should be attached. So many jurisdictions have a homestead exemption or other property exemption which limits the ability of creditors to attach the debtor's primary residence, vehicle and personal effects. Okay, so it is not so easy to attach a particular property for a particular person. Okay, so what we have done is we have discussed what is attachment of property, what is confiscation. Now let's discuss the difference between the same. So confiscation, possession is transferred to the creditor. Okay, so they are taking over the possession as well. Government is taking over the possession as well. Attachment, possession is remain with the actual owner only. Second part, property is physically seized by the creditor. Physically they seize the property. In case of attachment, a bond is signed by the parties regarding attachment, that yeah, we are attaching the property, but physical possession remains with the actual owner only. For reference, you can refer section 8 of PAMLA Act. Okay, Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. Section 8 refers to the confiscation, and for the reference of attachment you can refer section 5 of Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. So this is all about confiscation and attachment of property. I hope you like the content. So thank you guys. Bye bye.